Hello! So today I've got just a simple concept that I wanted to pitch to you guys and some of the Minerva members. So for our slime farm, we're going to need some kind of crafting system for all the slime balls because we're expecting a lot per hour and we're going to need a lot of storage. A lot. And I did the math and I figured the typical 18 by 5 high break the chests crafting system design that I personally prefer, link to that in the description if you don't know what I'm talking about, that we're going to need, I think, 6 of those, which is hundreds of chests, like 540 or something like that, because it's 90 each, to actually keep up with the amount of slime balls that we would produce in 1 hour, or 10 hours of AFK. So, we need something better. I'm thinking that we can actually store our slime balls in shulker boxes, store them in these chests, and then run it through a system like this, which is what I'm actually showing today. So over here, over there, is a beefed up design for my infinitely fast Shulker Box Unloader. I call it that because this design here is just a 1 input 16 output that can be expanded to, you know, 32, 64, and so forth and so forth. Right now we got a 32 design right here. You can see it's just bridged the gap. So this will unload every shulker box at 32 hopper speed, and that's what this is over here. Now this is part of the concept. I don't like this. I really don't. In fact, I designed a 20 items per second item filter, link to that in the description, because I wanted to avoid this problem altogether. But then I realized that this would end up being the same thing as that, just more condensed. So I ditched that idea and just went for 32, actually 33 hoppers in a row. I don't know exactly what it is. Maybe it's the delay between the wiring, but every once in a while slime balls make it to the very end. And all this does is sorts out all the slime balls to be crafted, and it'll ditch the shulker boxes over here. And then this is just a typical unloader that I can turn on here. Now because this is going to get loud, let's get the blocks down just a bit. So here's the idea. You'd be standing here in survival mode, just, grabbing your shulker boxes full of slime balls, throw in, say, a full inventory, and this would unload them 2 at a time, and then bring this, and the 2 at a time is just to speed up this process. This can only sort 1 shulker box at a time. And then the system fires up. So it detects from here, I'm not going to break down all the wiring, but it detects that there's an item now in the dispenser, and it starts the circuit. And then it just starts unloading each shulker box at 32 hoppers speed, and then it dispenses all the slime balls into the system here. Now what you would do as a player is fill up your whole inventory with slime blocks, and then the shulker box chest. And I'm in creative. Let's just get into game mode 0. The idea is you just hold down the 1 key, or not hold it down, but just keep hitting the 1 key and craft. So the idea behind all this is this system dispenses items at 80 items per second, which is over a stack per second. So if you just kind of slow yourself down and start moving these pretty slowly, you can actually craft at a very reasonable speed. You could obviously make the system faster, speed it up somehow, or bigger, so that would speed it up, or have 2 of these running at the same time might be a good idea, because bridging it to 1 input 64 output is actually quite a lot of wiring, but completely doable. I even have a video on that. So this here is the idea. I'm just going to get through 1 more stack and then I'm going to stop. You can see it's not perfect. It's not faster than the typical 18 by 5 high that I mentioned earlier, but this would be a little bit more space efficient. So yeah, this obviously needs a better solution. I'm not sure what to go with. I really don't have any idea. And if you're curious, this is just a line of observers facing 3 blocks space, just to save on observers a little bit. This down here could even be rails, but I digress. So that's just it. That's the idea. These, I actually filled this with slime blocks before realizing that these would all be slime balls. So you can store a lot of slime balls, 27 times more just using shulker boxes, and then having some kind of crazy unloader, and then just so you can craft them. That's the idea in its entirety. Obviously there will be a world download to this if you want to check it out. Please suggest anything you might be thinking in the description in the comments below. Give me any feedback, any ideas, if you want to, improve this or change it, whatever you think. But yep, that's it for this concept, and hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.